Hello, crafters and artisans, and welcome back to Psychedelic Squid Fiber Arts. This is the second chapter of my wheel journey. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to fix a broken spinning wheel base, also known as the table. You can see that this table is cracked completely through near this drive wheel support. First, I'm going to remove the drive wheel supports and legs. This was difficult as someone had previously used wood shims and nails in the uprights so they wouldn't come loose. And they also nailed the legs in place. These nails and wood shims is what led to the table cracking to begin with. Removing the nails revealed that the table was more severely damaged than I thought. One nail had been pushed almost completely through the table. Here you can see even more nails. I wanted these out so I could cut into the table without hitting any metal. After a long and delicate process, I was able to remove the legs, supports, and all the nails. However, the damage was so severe many chunks of the table fell away when I removed the nails. I used wood dowels to fill in damaged areas where possible. For the main crack, I'm going to try and prevent the crack from spreading any further by following the crack down to where it ends and drilling a hole. I'm going to fill that hole with a wood dowel that is exactly the same diameter so I don't add any additional stress to the wood. For the damaged area over here, I could try and glue in the pieces, but much of it had completely crumbled away, and the repair would likely end up being more glue than wood. So, I'm going to cut a flat edge to glue in new wood pieces in half-inch sections to fix this damage and maintain the existing holes at their current angles and sizes. Using a carpenter's square, I'm going to mark my flat edge so I can remove all of the damage. I recommend using a scroll saw to cut this. I forgot to take video of the first cut, but here's the table after I've glued in the first piece. I used oversized pieces and cut them flush. I used the intact side to figure out the hole size necessary for this side. It's important to note that these holes are tapered, so they get smaller towards the bottom of the table and wider on the top of the table. For me, it was 1 1/4 inch at the small end and 1 3/8 inch at the wider end, and 1 inch for the leg sockets. I'm going to start by drilling through the existing hole with the smaller size and then just a little bit at the top with the larger hole saw. For the leg socket, I just want to make sure not to go all the way through to the other side. Here's the first section drilled out. I'm going to mark where the next section needs to be cut and cut it out. I use my wood chisel to clean up the edges where necessary. Here's the second section glued in place. Again, I'm going to cut it flush and then I'm going to drill out the holes. Again, starting with the smaller diameter and then the larger hole saw. I'm going to cut away the last section. Here, you can see that the section is slightly tapered out towards the bottom. I did this so I can try and push that edge closer to where it should be versus where it's at. I repeated the process of gluing the third section in place, cutting it flush, and drilling it out to maintain the existing holes. I also sanded it a bit too to get everything cleaned up. I'm not 100% done with this fix as I'm going to add a butterfly joint to hopefully reinforce the repair a bit more. However, that step isn't strictly necessary. At this point, you can finish your wheel with whatever stain or wax you want. Here's another look at the nails I removed from this spinning wheel base. All of these nails came from this one wheel. Thank you all so much for exploring the depths of your creativity with me. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time.